Good morning to you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. So tell us, where do you think we stand on these talks? When are you expecting to hear this proposal, and what are you expecting from it?
Go for it.
Well, I think the proposal's been in the pipeline for a while. We were expecting something out of the government about 6 weeks ago. So there have been some delays, but I think this week or probably the next, we expect either one of the two outcomes. One could be potentially a very expected haircut announcement on the debt, which could be a public announcement, or for that matter, the other alternative could be that Aidan Burkett, who's heading the restructuring, proposes a settlement to the main UK banks as a starting point. I mean, our view really is that the haircut is expected, so if there's any haircut that's of around 40 cents or so, which would be in line with market expectations, we think market rallies. If it's anything better than that, I think you probably have a much stronger positioning from clients over the next few months.
Right, well, that's the haircut proposal, but what if they come back and say, hey guys, why don't you just wait and we'll pay you in full? That's what some of the banks would really like, isn't it?
Absolutely. I think most of the banks would like to avoid any balance sheet hit at this point. I think, number one, a lot of these banks, their bankability is under question. Their non-performing loans are understated in our view, and they're really bracing themselves for some sort of further avoidance of balance sheet hit. So they would prefer that the loans get termed out. Some have even talked about 7 to 10 years out. If that happens, they can live to fight another day, so to speak.
But presumably these banks are going to want a guarantee, perhaps a guarantee, and this is rumored to possibly be in the works from the Dubai government. Now, if that were to happen, should we really understand that as a guarantee from Abu Dhabi's government?
Well, I'll be blunt with you. I think the important thing is you got a guarantee from the Federation. I think Dubai definitely is a sovereign entity, but for the most part, if you're looking at a payout 10 years out, I think you want to side with the strongest balance sheet in the region, and that's Abu Dhabi.
What's the state of Dubai's economic model? I mean, it's lying in tatters, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about this before, that the real risk to the system is that Dubai is 93% expat driven, and half of the population that's in Dubai is tied to real estate and construction. So you're really dealing with a lot of human capital risk. When house prices have come down 50%, they likely go down another 30% in our view. All these people that have come here, it's tough to justify job creation in such an environment. So that model is definitely under question at this point.
You're effectively saying that there really isn't much else going on in the UAE other than the housing market and the building construction market.
Well, Dubai really has been, not really a resource story, unlike Abu Dhabi. So Dubai's story really been about leverage to one sector, and it has been a very cyclical sector in real estate. So now you're really trying to figure out what else can offset that shock, and there's really not much else that can really be able to provide the right offset at this point. Maybe there's some tourism, but it's not going to be able to do enough justice.
Is there any reason at all to be positive about Dubai and the wider region there, including Abu Dhabi?
Well, I think the most important thing is they have the hardware in terms of the buildings and the infrastructure. They have the social infrastructure, so there is a melting pot. The catchment area of this region is quite fantastic. People would like to come here and live here. But I do believe that in the near term, we have a lot of headwinds, economic headwinds, one of them. And the other one is just going to be this deleveraging that Dubai has to go through, which could cost more jobs in the near term. And eventually, anybody who comes here is going to be here because they have a job. And that's the most important thing, job creation. And there's very little visibility on that right now.
Thanks so much, Masud there from UBS.